equate that to schooling, it would be the equivalent of 3 master's degrees. Unfortunately, I don't have a master's degree, but I probably could have 3 of them by now. So I have been a certified public accountant again for 25 years. I practice in Lake County, but I have clients all over northeastern Ohio. Northeastern Ohio has a very large, diverse base of clients. I have dealt with all sorts of industries: manufacturing, service, distribution, light manufacturing. You can get more information on that. I have listed a number of industries that I have worked in my information that I have on the back. One of the things that I'm very proud of is I'm a member of the Riverside Local School Board, and I have been for 2 years. I was elected in 2009 to serve 2010 through 2013. One of the other things that I'm very involved in is the National MS Society. My husband has multiple sclerosis, and as part of that, I ride to Cedar Point every year, raise a lot of money for that foundation. The next thing, I just wanted to go through some of the things and tell you why I feel like I would be a very good candidate for the treasurer's position. As an accountant, I had a very thorough base of understanding of legislative practices and how legislation affects tax law, okay, and collection practices. I understand seasonality. Real estate taxes are obviously collected on a seasonal basis. I understand seasonality. I'm a CPA. Please talk to me about tax season. I am required to follow the ethics provisions of the Accountancy Board of Ohio. I am also, again, required to take all those CPE classes, which I think provides a basis for a lot of information. I have 25 years of networking, which has garnered me a large number of people that if I don't have an answer to something, I can pick up a phone and somebody's a phone call away. So I have a lot of that. I have a proof of the record as somebody who gives back to my community. As a CPA, I know that I can effectively and efficiently run a county departmental budget. As a CPA, I have extensive audit experience and internal control experience. And internal control is going to be very, very important when you're looking at all the cash management procedures that are necessary when you're collecting that much cash for the county. The job requires the abilities of an accountant. I am a licensed accountant, and therefore that's why I feel I'm a very good candidate for this position. Thank you.
Okay, our next candidate is Christine Page.
Hi, my name is Chris Page, and I'm running for Lake County Treasurer. My candidacy represents a relevant daily knowledge, experience, and skill in government finance. My candidacy is a career goal. You have to forgive me that I cannot see what I've worked so hard to do. I'm happy that the Tea Party is interested in my candidacy. It is, however, a little intimidating, I'll tell you that much. Be kind. I've discovered through my research this week that 10 to 15% of Tea Party members are actually Democrats, so I'm encouraged. That's good. I want to let you know that I have for the last 20 years been the elected fiscal officer of Perry Township, and I have for the last 6 years been the fiscal officer for Perry Library as well. That is much better. As fiscal officer, I'm responsible for maximizing investments, ensuring security of your public funds, and ensuring that proper procedure is followed in the expenditure of your public funds. I invest, reconcile, process and pay bills, paychecks, and withholding. In addition, I'm responsible for federal, state, and local reporting. Between the two jobs, I'm responsible for the proper handling of approximately $7 million a year. Over the course of my career, I've probably handled about $200 million. I haven't lost a penny, and I have state audits to prove it. In addition to my core responsibilities, I've been the records keeper, an office manager, legal liaison, webmaster, prevailing wage coordinator, and contracts administrator. Throughout my career, I've been a vocal and active defender of the public's tax dollars. I have a reputation of thriftiness that has resulted in savings of hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of my career. In just the area of insurance loan, insurance premiums in the last 2 years, I researched and suggested a solution that has saved a combined $180,000 and continues to save $90,000 a year through both the township and the library. I've also nurtured a career in the legal field. I was a legal secretary for several years, and in 1992 received my certificate in paralegal studies. I've worked both privately and as a self-employed paralegal. Lake County doesn't have the luxury of hiring anyone for this position that doesn't have necessary experience to hit the ground running. Interest rates are the lowest they've been in my entire career. Tax delinquencies are probably at their highest, and doing more with less is the norm. Lake County can't afford to set aside the pursuit of these daily responsibilities of its treasurer to train anyone. In my opinion, the best candidate for this job is one who has proven experience and skill in the management of public funds. I'm the only one on the ballot. After 20 years of 2 jobs every day, sometimes 3, because public service has been a labor of love for me, it will be my pleasure to work for you 8 hours a day. I've built a solid state audited experience doing work the Lake County Treasurer's job demands, and plenty more. A person should have career goals they pursue to achievement. Since 1994, my career goal has been to hold this position. There are a couple, maybe 3 elements that I consider most important to this job. First and foremost are budget responsibilities, wonderful, investment returns, and local government. There are not a whole lot of things that are on fire here, but certainly things that your next treasurer should be aware of and have opinions. My website is electpage.com. I brought, for anyone who wants, resumes. They're on the table as well as a couple other pieces of information. Thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.
I think that they're all together. Okay, our third candidate is Bob Patterson.
Thank you, Chuck. And thank you, Tea Party, for inviting me today to talk with you about the Lake County Treasurer's position. I've been a resident with my wife Sandy in the audience for 30 years, since 1981, and we love Lake County. We lived all over the United States in different jobs I had as an executive at General Electric, Gulf and Western, Collins and Aikman, you name it. The last 10 years, I've had my own company, Patterson Financial Services, where I used my extensive knowledge of where to invest money safely and how to handle money. And if you look at the Treasurer's office, there's $600 million a year goes through that office. And of that, $150 million is a portfolio that Crocker uses, the present treasurer, uses to manage money to try and make a little additional interest for the county. Last November, in the tough times that we have for low interest rates, he only made 0.77% on the investment portfolio. That's really low. If I could come in and increase it by 1%, that's an additional $1.5 million a year for our county. And it takes a lot of work to do that. There's a 5-page area in the Ohio Revised Code that tells the treasurer what he can invest the funds in and everything. One of the things I'd like to do if I'm elected is get with the legislature downstate and change that, because it's very restrictive. The second thing I think that's important is to understand that the way you handle funds and the way you handle people's money is very important. In my business, not one person lost 1 penny anytime, including the 2008-2009 recession. That's when some portfolios dropped 40, 50, 60%. Nor did my clients pay any commissions or fees. So that's pretty good as far as, I'll treat the tax money as if it were my client's money and not lose 1 penny. That's a theme I'm using when I'm running for this campaign. The Ohio Treasurer, the Ohio Revised Code defines the Treasurer of Lake County, what he can do and what he can't do. It's pretty clear. What'll make a difference is what the individual is made of who gets in that office and what he does and what he can and can't do. I think I'll go the extra mile if I'm elected your treasurer and I'll guarantee you that you're not going to lose one penny.